Hi everyone, it's Mrs. Denton, and in this video, I'm going to start to teach about arithmetic sequences. This is in a series of videos about sequences and series. This is the first video in the sequence and series unit. So in this video, with arithmetic sequences, let's chat about just kind of what a sequence is first. A sequence is just a pattern of numbers. So an arithmetic sequence is a pattern of numbers where the difference between any two numbers is constant, which means you are going to add the same number over and over and over again, or subtract the same thing over and over and over again in order to build the pattern. The number that you are adding or subtracting over and over and over again is called the common difference. The common difference is the numerical difference between any two terms, and we use the variable d to represent the common difference. So take a minute and jot those two definitions down, and then we're going to do a couple of examples here. Our directions say, determine whether the sequence is arithmetic. Okay, so to do that, we have to find out, is there a common difference? If yes, we must identify the common difference and build the next three terms to the sequence. So let's take a look. I want to introduce a little bit of notation here. Each of the numbers in this sequence is called a term, and to write the term, we write it like this. We use an A sub 1, A sub 2, A sub 3, A sub 4, and A sub 5. So we've been given 5 terms to this sequence. So if I said, everybody, what's the fourth term of the sequence? You would look at A sub 4. The fourth term is 14. Well, we want to find the difference between the terms. So what is the difference from 5 to 8? You add 3 each time. The difference from 8 to 11? You add 3 each time. And that pattern continues through this whole list of numbers. From 14 to 17, you add 3 each time. So this is an arithmetic sequence. The common difference between each number is a positive 3, because that's what we are adding between each term. So then it's really easy to finish out the next 3 terms of the sequence. If I want the 6th term, I'd just do 17 plus 3, which is 20. The 7th term would be 20 plus 3, which is 23. And the last term to list would be 26. So we're just continuing the pattern. So an arithmetic sequence is really very simple to complete or to continue. Let's look at number 2. Our first term is 23. Second term, 16. Third term, 9. Fourth term, 2. And fifth term, -5. So let's see if there's a pattern of what's happening between each value. Clearly it's going down, so I'm probably subtracting. So take a look from A sub 1 to A sub 2. Between the first 2 terms, I'm subtracting 7. The pattern continues. 16 minus 7 is 9. 9 minus 7 is 2. And 2 minus 7 is -5. So this is a constant common difference. So this is another arithmetic sequence. This time our common difference is negative because we're subtracting. And we can continue the pattern. -5 minus 7 is -12. Minus 7 is -19. Minus 7 is -26. Let's do one more example. Here I've been given 5 terms of the sequence again, so I'm going to write my A sub 1, A sub 2, A sub 3, A sub 4, and A sub 5, the 5 beginning terms. It's increasing, so I must be adding. So between term 1 and 2, I'm adding 1. Between term 2 and 3, I'm also adding 1. But hold up. From 3 to 5, I'm adding 2. and from 5 to 8, I'm adding 3. This is not an arithmetic sequence. There is no common difference between each of the terms of the sequence. I'll leave 4, 5, and 6 for you to try on your own, and then you can check your work against the answers. Let's move down to the next part of the notes here. Completing the next 3 terms of the sequence is not difficult, but what if you were asked to find term 24? You would not want to list out a giant list of numbers to find term 24, so there's got to be a way to find a term to an arithmetic sequence. So the way to do that is this formula listed here. This formula says a sub n is equal to d, which is the common difference, times n minus 1 plus a sub 1, which is the first term. So be very careful when you write that down. Again, that's a sub n, so this is any term that we're looking for, is equal to d, which is the common difference, times n minus 1 plus a sub 1, which is the first term. Everyone, you do not have to memorize that for the SOL test. It is right here on the SOL formula sheet. But we do need to understand it. So let's take a look. Here we're asked to write a rule, which means write the equation for the sentence, for the sequence, and then find the indicated term. In example number 7, we're asked to find the 24th term, and I do not want to write a list that's 24 terms long. So the first thing I want to do is find the common difference. So what is it to go from negative 5 to negative 1, or from negative 1 to 3, or from 3 to 7? Well, I am adding 4 each time. So that means the common difference here is going to be a positive 4. The other thing I need in this formula is a sub 1, which is the first term of the sequence, and a sub 1 is negative 5. If I'm asked to find a sub 24, that's the 24th term, that means the n in the formula is going to be 24. So let's put everything together here. I want to find the 24th term of the sequence. The common difference is 4. I'm finding the 24th term, so that's my n value, minus 1 times, and then the addition of the first term, which is negative 5. So now all I have to do is simplify. 24 minus 1 is 23. 4 times 23 minus 5 is 87. So the 24th term of this sequence is 87. Okay, let's try another one. First thing to do is to define what all the different parts to the formula are. So I'm going to find the common difference first. Obviously, I am subtracting because these numbers are getting smaller. So from 20 to 11, that's subtracting 9. From 11 to 2, that's subtracting 9, and so on and so on. So it's clear to me that my common difference is minus 9. I also need to know what the first term of the sequence is. The first term of the sequence is 20. And if this problem is asking me to find a sub 15, that is the 15th term of the sequence, so I'll be plugging a 15 into the n position. So to find the 15th term, I'll need a common difference of -9, finding the 15th term for n, and adding in the original term, the first term of 20. Now I just simplify a little order of operations. 15 take away 1 is 14. -9 plus 14 plus 20, -9 times 14 plus 20 is -106. So the 15th term, the 15th number in this giant list would be 106. Okay, guys, I'm going to leave these two for you to practice. You could pause the video and practice, and then check the answer key. Let's flip our page and keep going. Just kidding. That's the end of those notes. Happy studying.